Hey guys, this is Zer0 back here to talk about Pokemon once again. Yeah, sorry about the long wait, guys. You see, Leo's still in the hospital getting a new arm grafted onto him, and Legend's currently MIA. I really have no idea what the heck he's up to. So you're currently stuck with me right now, and let's not waste any more time and get this show on the road. Now, last time, me, Leo Forest, and Legend Hunters went and talked about the fire, water, and grass type starters, as well as their types. This time, I'm flying solo, and I'm going to be talking about one of my personal favorite types of Pokemon, the Dragon types, and just how badass they are! So, it's going to be slightly different in the fact there's not going to be a lot of jokes, but I will be talking about it in my oh-so-charming and cynical manner. So, with that in mind, let's get rolling. Dragon-type Pokemon were first introduced in Generation 1 with Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite, and were the only Dragon-type Pokemon at that time. Dragon-types have actually grown exponentially since then, with such powerhouses as Flygon and Salamence in Generation 3, Garchomp in Generation 4, and Hydreigon in Generation 5, who will give you nightmares for the rest of your life. Not to mention a whole slew of legendaries that are Dragon-type to boot. And in Generation 5, we now have over 32 Dragon-type Pokemon, with 8 of them being pure types like Druddigon, the Axew line, and the first 2 evolutions of the Dragonite line. And the other types are all either primary types or secondary types. The primary type Pokemon are like Reshiram and Zekrom, who state that they are either Dragon Fire or Dragon Electric, and secondary types are those like Dialga and Palkia, who state that they are Water Dragon and Steel Dragon, but really there's not much difference. They're all Dragon Pokemon. Dragon types are actually one of the strongest types out there. In fact, the strongest type. Their HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed are all well above the average type. To give an example, we have Psychic types, which were considered broken back in Generation 1, but if you compare them now, Psychic types really aren't all that impressive anymore. They're kind of blah. Although, don't get me wrong, they're still a good type, but you know what, that's another review. Now, Dragon types may be powerful, but they're not indestructible, but they're damn close. They're actually super effective against themselves and are actually weak to Ice types. Dragons fighting dragons actually makes sense as a super effective weakness, but not really ice, unless you count dragons being cold-blooded, although I've seen birds that are dragons, but you know what, never mind. Dragon types tend to deal half damage or not very effective damage to steel types, and for every other type they deal normal damage, which that in and of itself is pretty devastating. As for their defenses, they tend to absorb all 3 starting types, which are fire, water, and grass, as well as electric, and as for everything else, they just absorb it as normal damage. They actually have no immunities unless you count a secondary type, such as ground, which would make them immune to electric attacks. Now, for their move pool, Dragon types actually have access to a lot of other types, like electric, fire, fighting, rock, ground. Those actually make them devastating powerhouses in the metagame. However, in their own typing, there's only 13 Dragon-type moves in the game. In fact, in Generation 1, there was only one move, which was Dragon Rage, a fixed 40 damage move. Way to go, Game Freak, for making dragons suck the first generation. After that, over the following generations, they gained more and more moves, and they've actually proved to be quite devastating, like Dual Chop being able to attack twice, Twister causing flinch, Dragon Breath causing paralysis, and Dragon Rush causing a 20% chance of flinching. And Palkia's signature move Spatial Rend can cause a critical hit, which is quite devastating in and of itself. Oh, and I also cannot forget to mention Dragon Dance. Just knowing it automatically puts a Pokemon into the OU tier at the time of its introduction. And what Pokemon did we have back then? Salamence and Rayquaza, 2 powerhouses ready to kick some ass. Now, if this was a different review, I would be talking about the underrated Pokemon of the type, as well as the overrated and broken types of Pokemon, as well as give you the best example of a perfect Dragon-type Pokemon. However, here, well, there's not a lot that's wrong with them. They're pretty powerful. They're deadly. I mean, Druddigon may have been the weakest link, but even then, Flygon is pretty good. It's pretty balanced to use. Dragonite, which used to be overused and overhyped, is now really viable and really good now with multi-scale, which makes it only take normal damage from ice-type attacks, which is a godsend. You have no idea how many times my ass has been kicked because of an unexpected ice beam. And not to mention, Garchomp is, oh god, it is devastating, fast, strong, and very likely to knock you out with one hit. Which is why it was banned to the Ubers a long time ago. Oh, and I cannot forget, Rayquaza is a mixed attacker, Reshiram has no counters and is a special attacker. Zekrom has a strong attack and defense and can basically attack anything in the banned area, which is basically the Uber category if we're going by Smogon standards. Latios and Latias, now that the Soldews back in Generation 5, are probably banned again, which means, yeah, they're pretty powerful as well. Overall, there's nothing I can say that's wrong with them. Dragon types, quite literally, are the best types. And I bet someone's going to say, well, what about Arceus? I mean, isn't he a dragon type when you put the Draco plate on him? Oh, come on, isn't he the best dragon type? Huh? Isn't he? Isn't he? No. He's not. He is a normal type. He only turns into a dragon type because he is equipped with the Draco plate. Without it, he is a normal type Pokemon. And normal types are going to be taken care of by Legend. He is not my jurisdiction, so kindly shut up. Anyway, that's really all I have to say on dragon types. If you have your own opinions or you want to tell me anything that I may have overlooked or missed, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your opinions on this, but I'm willing to bet they're either going to be stupid, idiotic, not very well researched, or all of the above. Take your pick. After that, there's really not much I can say, other than dragon types are the best types, and this is Zer0 signing out. Later, guys!